Всем привет от Оксаны.
Из Алабамы.
Итак, друзья, с вами любимый риэлтор из Алабамы. И сегодня мой сын Лесли, Дарчик, будет рассказывать о страховке жизни, потому что это его новая работа.
Привет, подписчики.
Итак, друзья, спасибо за ваши вопросы, которые вы написали под постом. Я некоторые задам Дару. Один был вопрос, касающийся, когда ты учился на электрика при школе.
I went to electrician school and I did half of it. I did half a semester and all I had to do was another half a semester. But I just didn't really like it that much. It really just wasn't for me. And I prefer a lot more just to talk to people and learn about people and protect other people's families as well.
Я буду задавать Даре вопросы на английском, потому что этот ролик будет также на канале, на моем английском канале. Хотя Дар понимает русский, но он плохо говорит, но понимает.
Да.
Для тех, кто в Америке недавно, помните, что у нас в Америке много разных видов страховки. Страховка жизни, страховка здоровья, страховка для животных, страховка бытовой техники, страховка домов, недвижимости. Вы можете свою лодку застраховать. Даже не можете, а должны. Но Дар устроился в контору, и он сейчас расскажет, что за контора. Please tell us about what's the name of your company. How big is this company?
Okay, Globe Life. Liberty National is actually the company. However, Globe Life bought Liberty National. So Globe Life is actually the biggest life insurance company in the United States. So it's not just the second biggest, it is the biggest life insurance company in the United States.
Do they help you? Do they give you leads?
Yes, they give you leads. It's not really like sell to your family. You're not supposed to sell to your family. You're supposed to just more so protect other families. Because you can sell to your family if you want, but it's not just about making a paycheck. It's more so just helping people out.
People were asking what means to insure life, because you're gonna die anyway.
Well, it's not like life. It's not just insuring your life. That's a big misconception. You're getting life insurance for yourself. No, you're getting it for your family. Okay?
Let's give people examples about how much life insurance they need, because somebody said, what if I need 100 million insurance?
No, you don't need 100 million, but it's more so protecting your family. For example, if you're a truck driver, right? I know a lot of people are truck drivers. I personally sit down with a lot of truck drivers. So you're a truck driver and your wife is sitting at home all the time. And your wife of course she has her own job. However, you're the main breadwinner, okay? You're taking home, let's say, $100,000 a year, right? It's so that $100,000, if you were to die in the event of your death, that your wife can continue to pay all the remaining bills after half the family's income has stopped coming in, right? And it's not so that the biggest bill, the mortgage, right? That doesn't just go away when you die, unfortunately, right? She's still gonna have to pay that. She still has 2 kids to take care of, right? So she has to do all that with that income that you had not coming in anymore. So it's more so to protect not just your burial, but your income, your mortgage, everything, so that your wife has something to fall back on just in case.
Some people don't think, that something can happen to them. And sometimes people don't even have savings for the burial. How much is burial nowadays?
Right now, it costs around $15,000 on average.
Yes, and that includes a casket and the space at the cemetery, because people have to pay for viewing, to have a nice service in a chapel. People were asking about do you have a funny insurances in Alabama?
No. Look, anything when it comes to health and death, you can't really say it's like a funny insurance, because all of our insurances are unfortunately talking about things that we don't want to happen to you. You know what I mean? For example, cancer. Sure, there's some interesting aspects in the cancer endurance policy and some certain health policies we have, but it's like they're not funny. None of them are funny. They're serious business matters, unfortunately.
What advice would you give somebody who is unsure about purchasing life insurance?
I'd say it's completely normal to be unsure about something you don't know too much about in the first place, all right? But what you always have to remember is starting with something small. A little bit of coverage is better than no coverage at all, Okay, so that's just my number one advice. Because there's a big story in our company, and it happens unfortunately sometimes. It's not very common, but you sit down with someone and they pass the next day. And then their child calls you or their daughter calls you, and they know that you sat down with them. They're like, oh, did such and such get life insurance? And unfortunately, no, he didn't want anything. He told me to come back on Friday. He told me he was ready to buy some on Friday. So it's like, even unfortunately, it's always better to have just a little bit, and then you can always add more later whenever you're doing better.
Oh, so people can upgrade it.
You can upgrade at any time.
What are automatic disqualifications?
Some disqualifications.
Yeah, because why I'm asking you, because I remember the story that years ago in Arizona, then I was going to buy life insurance for me and your biological father. They told us that they could not give us life insurance because they found in his blood. They actually sent the nurse to the house. The nurse did EKG and took our blood and urine, and then they got a letter that because he had hepatitis C, that's how we learned he had hepatitis C, that's why he was denied coverage, and I was denied coverage because I was like pretty much walking on eggshells, living with somebody who had hepatitis C. And that's what happens to all the spouses who in this situation. They cannot be a blood donor. So that's what I realized. Some companies will disqualify you if you have certain kind of diseases. And every company has different rules. So like some companies would not insure somebody who is in a wheelchair. So please inform us.
Our company is a lot more lenient, is the right word, is meaning that we'll take you even if you have diabetes. If you take more than 30 prescription, high blood pressure, diabetes, we'll still take you, right? Some factors that will like completely take you out of the program are, for example, terminal illness, right? ALS, Alzheimer's or dementia, and if you're in prison, we can't sell you life insurance either, unfortunately. So if you're selling crack, just don't tell me, at least when I'm there, and don't let anyone find out, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. If you're selling crack, I can't sell you life insurance.
So, example. So if somebody got $500,000 life insurance and they pass away, doesn't matter, like they had a stroke, heart attack, or they died from, shooting, some kind of accident. And so wife gets that money, like or whoever he put as a beneficiary, brother, mother, right? Yep. So you pick the beneficiary. Does this person has to pay taxes on this $500,000 policy?
No, they do not.
So if she gets like $500,000, she can spend this money on paying her mortgage, car, credit cards, buy a son a car, and maybe go on to be a nurse if she doesn't have a profession, right? So she will feel like, oh, she could invest this money if your house is paid off, right?
Yeah, you don't have to use it in a certain way. It is designed to do certain things. However, how you spend it's up to you, obviously.
How soon people get this life insurance? How does it work? Like, let's say, like family member died who was insured, and how soon the company sends the money?
That depends. It depends on what type of policy it was, and is it contestable? Meaning, if it's contestable, for example, that means that death, like if it was an accidental death coverage, that means that we'll do detective work to make sure that was an accidental death still, like do an autopsy and stuff like that, so it can take longer. But if it was just a whole life policy, it doesn't necessarily matter how they died. Usually they can just commit suicide and we'll still pay them. And it just, like I said, it just varies. It depends on who calls us and when they call us, So
somebody wrote a really silly question that if you can buy life insurance for $100.
No, but you can actually get one for free. Right, so that's how our company advertises. We had a lot of success when we first started, and now we actually give out back to the people free $3,000 accidental death policies. Meaning, if you were to die in an accident, or your spouse, either one of you get $3,000. Okay, and it also covers each child under 18 for $1,000 as well.
And what's the catch? What do I have to do in return to get that free policy?
There is no catch, but you do have to just come see me every year. So it's not a bad trade-off. Guys have to come back and sit with you every year, make sure everything's okay.
Can you sell life insurance for somebody who's not in Alabama at this time? What if my subscribers from Oregon or Washington will contact you?
No, I can't sell you, unfortunately. However, there is a workaround. If you come to Alabama, then I can sell to you. It doesn't matter where you live. It just matters you have to be in Alabama when I'm talking to you face to face. I can sell virtually, but you still have to be in Alabama. So I can sell to you over a Zoom meeting and still give you some education and update you on life insurance and help you make a decision on what you want to do, right? But it still has to be, you still have to be in Alabama.
And people have to understand, some people don't understand that like buying life insurance, it doesn't mean you paid upfront $100 and then you have insurance. No, this is something you pay every month.
Yeah.
This is on a monthly draw from your bank account. And it depends, like you want to pay $25 a month or $100 a month or $200 a month. So it depends on what coverage.
Yeah, and the main thing is having it be really affordable, okay? Because you don't want this to just be something like, oh, my car broke down, I can't pay for my life insurance anymore, I gotta call and cancel it. It's gotta be something that can consistently come out and that you're comfortable with paying. It's more so, we want it to be affordable. And you can always come back and add some more later, but the most important thing is getting something started.
What would you say for people who want to buy life insurance from you now? And how do they contact you?
You have my number, but usually, honestly, I'm the one contacting people.
This is going to be Facebook account, how to contact Dar via Facebook. Давай зарядим.
Жиржаю.
Bye-bye.
Пока.